I've got a few different apples growing in my yard. I've got a Cosmic Crisp now, I've got a Fuji, a couple others, but I have one really special one I want to introduce to you today, and that is the Wolf River apple. Now these are, this is a medium apple. This is not a small apple, a decent sized apple. I mean, you can, I don't know, comparison wise, see it to my face. A couple good apples I got from the yard just a moment ago, and then I just went and picked this off of the Wolf River tree here. I've got actually two of these trees. Look at this thing. I'm not playing like games here. This is enormous. Let's talk about the Wolf River apple. Let me back up and just kind of share about this tree. So I don't know, it's probably been 15 years ago. I bought this, actually two of these Wolf River trees because I had a Honeycrisp, which was the one I really wanted the fruit from, and I needed a pollinator. So the nursery said, this would be a good one, it's kind of unique, try it out. So I tried it out, I had no idea what I was getting into. And a few years later, I started getting some fruit, and I was like, they're kind of big. And then definitely I've seen this year after year where it's kicking out like this pumpkin-sized apples, and I'm like, that's pretty amazing. Now, a lot of times I'll pick these early and they don't taste all that good, but I've learned to let these things stay on the tree a little longer. In fact, for me right now, it's late October, and I'm starting to pick these things, and they're pretty good. I'll tell you more about that in a second, but I got these to be a pollinator for my Honeycrisp. Well, these trees have been pretty nice. They're, you know, I don't get the apple scab that I have to fight with on some of my other trees. I don't really spray these trees. They grow great. I'll prune them and stuff just like a normal apple tree. I think they were semi-dwarf when I got them, and they keep in good shape. They're healthy, but they're such an impressive fruit. So the Wolf River, this is, I don't know how many pounds this is, but it's, you know, I don't know, pound, 2 pounds. Again, the size, and a lot of times I'll take like one of these or two of these and I can make a great apple pie out of it. It has a nice white flesh. It's a little more, I describe it as airy. Like, it's not dry, but it's not like gushing out water juice. In fact, the weight is, I would say, for this size apple compared to this, it's a lighter apple. Now, it's not lighter than these, but you know, it's probably pretty close. So it's just a little bit more airy, crisp. It holds its shape really nice, which is nice when you make a pie or anything with the apples. It'll keep that shape pretty good, whereas some of these just kind of turn into mush applesauce pretty quick. They have a pretty good flavor if you let them stay on the tree longer. If you pick them early, I wouldn't describe them as a great eating apple. They're not as good as, like, I've got the Cosmic Crisp, and you know, I get a Honeycrisp apple or whatever else. I really love the flavor of those, the sweetness, the juiciness of those. It's not the same. It's not bad. It's just, you know, I'd describe it as a B-level eating apple. It's not bad, not amazing. Whereas like a Honeycrisp, Cosmic Crisp, to me, those are some, like, even a Fuji, those are some A-level apples when you get a good one. So, however, pies, applesauce, other things, these things are amazing for. And what I really love about these, when I go to make applesauce, I take a couple of these things, and, like, you know, compared to have to take like 10 of these things, and it's like equivalent amount. So, you know, when I skin the apple or whatever else, these things go so much farther. The core kind of gets in the middle. It's kind of like a, I don't know how to describe it, but it kind of sucks into the middle of the apple. They're beautiful, and they're kind of fun for the neighbors too. They walk by and they're like, oh wow, those are apples. What are you doing to your ground that's making these apples turn out like that? Well, it's because it's the Wolf River. So I would be curious, and I haven't done any research on this, but could you mix this with some of these other apples, and would the offspring be a really good juicy apple that's bigger? I'm curious if anyone's done that before. I'm sure somebody has, but anyway, the Wolf River apple. So I'd encourage you to try it. It's nothing radical. Now, pollinator wise, I do, I mean, I was told years ago it pollinates the Honeycrisp, the Cosmic Crisp now, because that's a similar one. It's kind of a late flowering, late bloomer kind of tree, so some of the early pollinators it wouldn't do as well with, but in my yard here I get a good amount of these. I do find, it seems like, I don't know if this is scientifically accurate, but it seems like every other year I get a bigger crop, what I describe as a bumper crop. I've got a few of these left. You can see behind me. I'll kind of zoom in and show you what they look like, but they're not all quite this big. There's some that are, they're still bigger than this, but there's some that are a little smaller, especially if I don't thin them, or if they're a bunch in one spot, they will get a little smaller, but pretty cool apple. So anyway, hopefully this is helpful. Encourage you to try it if you can find it in a nursery near you. I think they're originally out of Wisconsin in the 1800s, late 1800s, kind of the Midwest is where they supposedly were kind of around, but I'm not really sure the history. Anyway, good apple, so have a good life.